One of the most successful, celebrated authors in the country lives right here in Minnesota. If you walk around the lakes in Minneapolis, there's a good chance you've walked right by her and not even known it. Most people wouldn't recognize Kate DiCamillo, but millions love her work, including me, which is why I was so honored to sit down with her to talk about her extraordinary career, a career she says she might not have had she not moved to Minnesota.
It looks like this inside.
As children browse the shelves at the Red Balloon bookstore in St. Paul, they have no idea one of the most successful children's authors in the world is sitting just a few feet away. Even the author herself can hardly believe it. When you look at that, the career you've had, what do you think?
I think it's impossible. You know, it is truly not comprehensible.
Kate DiCamillo is a New York Times bestseller with more than 43 million books in print. Her work has collected every kind of award, including a nearly unprecedented 2 Newberys. Her books range from a hit children's series about a pig who loves toast to chapter books that became instant classics like Because of Winn-Dixie.
My dog. Come on, boy. Come on, Winn-Dixie.
And The Tale of Despero.
Are you a rat?
No,
A mouse?
I am a gentleman.
DiCamillo's own childhood in Florida influenced all of those stories. Growing up, her battle with chronic pneumonia fueled her love of reading.
I was really a sickly kid, missed a ton of school. So I was home alone a lot, and I had books, and that was fantastic.
In college, a compliment from a professor on her writing and a suggestion she go to grad school set her on her path.
So I thought, why bother with graduate school? I'll just go be a writer. Yeah.
And then you spent a decade
Working, you know, at Circus World, Disney World, telling everybody I was a writer.
What did you think that meant in your 20s, or how did...
What did I think it meant? I thought it meant wearing a black turtleneck and being, you know, cool.
She didn't actually start writing until she turned 30 and moved to Minnesota.
I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if I hadn't moved from Florida to Minnesota and gotten a job in a book warehouse.
By sheer chance, DiCamillo was assigned to the children's section.
And I started to read some of those books. And I thought, I want to try and do something like this.
So she started setting her alarm for 4:30 every morning and committed to writing 2 pages a day every day before work.
And in a little bit of time, you have the story, you send the story out into the world. What do you get back? And like if you're standing in front of a group of kids, the answer is always money. It's like, no, that's not it. What you get is a rejection letter. Do you want to guess how many rejection letters I got? 5? 12? 50? 473.
What?
Yeah. I always say to them, you know, I look at that number, 473, and I think, what if I'd stopped at 471? I have to figure out how to do that.
After 6 years of rejection, a publisher finally pulled this book out of a pile about a girl and her dog that DiCamillo wrote during her second winter here in Minnesota.
I was homesick, and Because of Winn-Dixie is a book about homesickness in many ways, and it's a book about missing the South, and so it's, you know, it's like I couldn't have written it unless I left.
DiCamillo hoped the book would sell 5,000 copies, but then it won a Newbery honor and went on to sell 11 million.
It totally changed my life, and things started to happen. And
She
I
quit the warehouse job, bought a house in Minneapolis, and started writing full-time. She still writes out of her home office, still before dawn, 2 pages a day, 5 days a week. But the homesickness of her early days, in fact, her very definition of home, has changed.
Also, I found I love winter, and winter is very conducive to telling stories, and all the seasons really move me too, you know, and so all of that, it was just like this massive gift, and I had this feeling of here I am where I am supposed to be.
And you've never left. You could go anywhere. You could write anywhere. You've had lots of success.
No, this is home. This is my place. Yeah.
Well, she is still writing with 2 new books coming out this fall. I can tell you it was truly delightful to meet Ms. DiCamillo and talk with her in person. If you'd like to meet her, she has a couple events coming up at Barnes & Noble stores. We have that information, plus a list of her top 5 book recommendations for kids and for adults on KARE11.com. And you can look for my extended interview with her on our YouTube page and airing on KARE 11 Plus, our live streaming app for Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Very cool.
So interesting. Oh my goodness.
Isn't that? I
yeah.
mean, I read The Tale of Despereaux to my girls when they were little and just fell in love with her writing, and then realized a few years ago she's from Minnesota, and have been contacting her occasionally through the years, and was thrilled she made time to sit down with us.
She said yes.
And Tale of Despereaux celebrating 20 years this fall, which I can't believe.
I have to read that.
Yeah.
I was a Mercy Watson. My kids love the toast books with the pigs, and so how
I've
wonderful.
had so many people come up to me today and be like, I didn't know she lives here.
Yeah, I know. So, and the weather, it's part of it. So there's
She
one good
loves
thing about
winter,
winter.
Val.
Yeah, it's a creative time, that's for sure, when it comes to staying inside anyway.